everybody. Yes, 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 we are back. We are here live. It is 3 Airs AMA, and I'm really happy that you're with us right now. Anita Mlakar is my name. I am the host of this AMA and looking forward to everything, to anything that is coming up in the next minutes here in our AMA. Let me invite you, of course, again to be a part of our communities. We can invite you to Discord, to Telegram, and to Twitter. And please, there is a lot of room, a lot of potential to ask questions, but also this AMA is here today for you to use it, to, of course, ask questions and to get some answers. But before we start, let me just do a short reminder. So, what is 3Air doing? The first goal of 3Air was to connect Africa cities with a fast and stable internet connection, and of course, become the first fully decentralized telecom platform. But because there were some delays with getting all the licenses in Africa, we have decided on focusing on 3Air Global, which has always been a part of the plan, of the original plan. So we plan to make it easy for travelers to be able to use the internet with a global SIM card, which can be used anywhere in the world without waiting to buy a new SIM card to connect anytime, every time you come to a new country. So we have been giving you some information about this project, and now is the opportunity to get some answers, of course, if you have questions. CEO of 3Air Sandi will be with us, and also 3Air Chief Revenue Officer Ricardo Casanova, and I would like to invite them in. Hello, Ricardo, and hello, Sandi.
Hi, Anita. Thank you.
Hello, and
Nice to see you
and 3R
again.
fam. Yeah,
Oh,
nice to see you too.
yeah.
Haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, and well, I sure do have some questions for you, and so does our community. But first, let me ask you, how are you, both of you? Where are you right now? In which part of the world? Ricardo?
I'm in Canada, and you can see from my office, I'm packing. I'm selling my house, so I'm trying to get out as quickly as I can.
Oh,
Yeah, and then I'm off to Guatemala in July, and then off to Asia in August. So yeah, I'm. The weather is actually really nice in Canada right now. You know, it's not snowy, so which is awesome. But yeah, so yeah, I'm in Canada right now.
well, it sounds interesting. All the plans that you have. Wow. Let me just ask the same question to Sandy. Sandy, where are you?
I am in the Philippines currently, and I really hope that my internet connection will be good enough to do this. I think the Philippines has probably the worst internet of all the Asian countries that I've been to currently. So yeah, it's we wanted to have a pre-meeting with Anita in the morning. It was just impossible. So it's 11 p.m. here right now. So the internet's a bit more stable because less people are using it. It looks like. But yeah, I'm still here for another month and then back to Dubai and back to Europe.
And back to Slovenia, as far as I can remember.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Ricardo was joking before we started, and he said that you were probably somewhere on the roof catching the internet connection. He's not smiling, Ricardo.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
here some on on a really nice beach, but just the internet is just terrible. I'm on the hotel Wi-Fi, but it's still not working.
You know, I think that one of the things that is the most irritating to Sandy if is that internet is not working. Whatever else, you know, whatever happens, the car is broken down, or I don't know what. There's no problem, but if there's no internet. Oh
That's
my
true. That's true. I'm more irritated about this right now than I been irritated. You know that our motorbike broke in half, right? Just in the middle when we were driving. During driving, it just broke.
God.
So that was
That,
less stressful, I guess, in this now.
that was nothing. That was nothing. Okay, let's talk about the air because we weren't here for a while, for a month actually. And maybe the first question that I have for you and also people in the community were asking that question. So, why did we switch the AMAs to monthly AMAs, monthly periods?
It's a good question. I think the main reason is we wanted to make sure that we were making the best use of time for not only our community but for ourselves. So we've got a lot of balls in the air. We have a lot of things going on, and we just wanted to make sure that we were actually giving our community the best use of their time. So instead of joining every 2 weeks, every month made more sense for us to give an update, especially when things are moving a little bit slowly that we're seeing in the market. Unfortunately, things are moving slowly, and we wanted to make sure that we could provide the most amount of value in the shortest period of time. We will get back to a point where we can provide update every 2 weeks. But at this point, it just makes more sense to do a monthly. And realistically, we anticipate that we're going to have so many updates coming in the short term in the next couple of months, so we're probably going to switch back to every 2 weeks. But for now, we're going to stick with our monthly at this point. So
Okay, that's a good answer explaining everything. So we will be here every month, once a month, and then later on, every 2 weeks when, of course, there will be more to talk about. But right now, you're focusing on doing the work. Thank you, Ricardo.
mhm.
We will be talking about 3 air now through the questions because a lot of questions came in our community, and I think we will answer them. And this is how the people will also get an update and figure out what is actually going on right now. So let's get on. Let's do it from the beginning. The question that we have is someone is saying, I would like to see a technical video of 3 air. Sandi, Ricardo, is that possible? In what way is it possible?
Ricardo, you take that one.
Sure, yeah, I can take that one. So yes, absolutely, we will at one point be able to provide a technical video. What we're doing right now is they don't actually have um, the video available. So once we actually have this full marketing piece put together, is going to be the key to us going to market. So it is our go to market strategy in being able to provide video as well as imagery. When it comes to actually putting that information out there, but at this point we don't have that. So we will. It's just we need to be a little bit patient once we actually have that full
We
story.
wanna actually launch the product first, right? And then
Yeah,
get the video with it.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. The next question is what about the technical development? How far is the team with the programming?
So the programming is it is actually on track. However, as this sounds right, things have stalled on other parts actually. So also we slow down the marketing, everything around just to preserve a bit the runway that we have, and the technical development will be ready once we're actually able to launch a product. So once we have all the licensing and everything done, because everything is not done in the code. There's a lot of stuff that need to play to come into place all around it. So the code is just supporting it, and the code will be ready once everything else is also ready.
Okay, going to the next questions. Now, market sounds a bit bleak. When do you think there will be a market for 3 air?
Well, I think there is a market for 3R. It's not that it's not the market for 3R. We just don't have the product. So I think the market is waiting, and once we are able to launch a good product, I do think the market will be there. And if it's in regards to the token, it's impossible to talk about any token price or anything like that. The token price usually doesn't reflect the value of any project. It's more or less some speculative value added to it, and it'll be affected by the the global macro perspective, sentiment in the crypto, and a lot of other things.
Okay. There is another question. Why is there no market? You said there is a big market and a lot of potential.
Yeah, so I think this is actually kind of something that I've written in the Telegram group, and it wasn't meant that there's no market. It's just I said that right now, I don't even remember what exactly I wrote, but the idea was that currently the market for 3R is a bit slow, right? Not that there's no market for 3R or something like that. So, and it just it just goes on the previous question. So once the product is ready, there will be market. I'm pretty sure there will be a market for what we're building.
Okay, there's a market and, of course, also potential, right? We are getting back to this question every time, actually, when we have live AMA. It is about the white paper. When will it be ready for public?
Yeah, so the white paper is actually ready. We're just decided not to publish it. So as we said already, I think 2 months ago or even more, the white paper is ready. It's not its final version. We're always working on it and expanding it with new ideas and some refinements. But the community, so really the community, whoever from the community wants to read it is actually free to get in touch with us, and we'll send it to them. But we just decided we will not publish the 3-year white paper currently, out of multiple reasons, and especially we want to deliver first and then make we don't want to make some empty promises like maybe in the past, but we really do want to deliver the product.
What is needed the most for 3Air Global right now?
Ricardo, you want to take on this one? It's a really difficult question to answer straightforward.
It's yeah. I think it's a lot of things. I think we've got ourselves dealing with groups that and partnerships and regulatory bodies that unfortunately just move slow. So if anything, it's something that we need to have a little bit of quicker turnaround on. And I think we're close to that point. I think we're further down the process and move a little bit more swiftly. But at the end of the day, we're kind of dependent on these different bodies and regulatory organizations that kind of put us in a spot where we're a little bit slower, unfortunately. But we're and small enough that we can once things come through, we can act on them immediately. So looking forward to seeing those actions kind of come to fruition. And once they do, we'll be able to turn it around really quickly.
Okay. Let's move a little bit to the team. The question is, do you need a lot of team members to grow 3Air Global?
Well, yeah, for sure there'll be.
Sandy?
Do we lose
So
them?
sorry. Yeah, can you hear me? Am I
You did
back?
freeze for a while, but you're back.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, the once things start picking up, there will be a need of a really big team, that's for sure. But currently, we can run it pretty sleek, just with a handful of developers and some core team members that are just working on this. Yeah, more or less 24/7.
Okay, the next question is about the funding. What is the plan for funding at 3Air Global?
So the thing is, right now we are waiting for the regulatory bodies that Ricardo mentioned before to come back to us. If everything goes well there and we really think it will go well, then we're gonna start looking for new investors, because then we have a big asset on our um, how do you say it, this on our in our company, with that particular license. So then it should be far easier to get additional funding in. But we also think that we could potentially, with a partnership that's in the works, we could potentially also um, probably do it without some extra fundraising, maybe potentially. So the path there is not 100% clear. What we know is the first step, and the first step is actually to get that licensing done.
Okay, the next question is about a token. We do also have a lot of questions about token, but this one is, will there be a new token for 3R Global? Also, if yes, how will that affect the current token?
Yeah, there is no plan in issuing a new token, but there might be a technical necessity that we would need to issue it, and if that happens, we'll for sure take care of the current token holders. But we are not planning, or in any way pushing for another token.
Okay, I'm looking forward to these questions. I think that the questions are really good. Actually, I have a feeling that people are really interested about what is going on and really thinking about it. This is the next question. Does 3R Global have any competition and how to fight it?
Ricardo, you want to take on that one,
Sure.
or?
Yeah. No. Sure. Yeah. I mean, there are competitors, and it seems that the competition that we see has either one or the other of the value proposition that 3R can provide, but they don't have both. So I think you have an organization, as an example, one of our competitors, that has that SIM card, but they don't have the overall vision. And I think that's what differentiates us at 3R, is that we have that bigger vision, and that mission to really change the way telecom works, as opposed to just being a niche player that kind of sits and does their own thing and makes their own revenue. So that's really what differentiates 3R, is that we have that broader vision, and we're going to do bigger things, adding value to our community and stakeholders and all that kind of thing. So I'm not too worried about our competitors. They're out there, but they're not gonna disrupt the industry in the way that it needs to be disrupted, and that's where we're going to add value to our community.
Okay, in a way, you already answered the next question, but let's just see what it is. What is the uniqueness of 3R SIM cards? There are 10,000 similar cards on the market. Is there something to add?
There are quite a bit of potentially similar SIM cards out, and there is not just about the SIM card. It's actually about the system that's behind it. So what nobody actually has is and figure it out currently is how to literally have pay as you go on your phone, with a good pricing model, right? So you always need to buy some packages and so on, and yeah, this is something that we are trying to do quite differently. And there are also some other stuff, for sure.
Okay, we have another question. Will there be an option in the future to transfer vesting 3R tokens to another account?
No, it's technically impossible. So we actually don't have the ability to transfer anything from any account. So once it's been locked in, we don't have access to it. So yeah, there's no technical way of actually doing it.
Okay, now we did go through all the questions that came from the community. I have another question for you. Is there something else you would like to add, a message that would you like to send before we end up this AMA?
Well, from my side, it's just that I have this feeling that we're so close to a breakthrough, and there are some crazy good stuff going on in the background, but they just need to close, and that's yeah, it gets me a bit excited.
Mhm.
Ricardo?
Yeah, and I would agree. I think the what's going on in the background, and unfortunately, we can't share that information. And it's not anything other than we want to make sure that we're doing what's best for the community because what we don't want to end up, you know, a year from now, having said something that comes back to bite us or comes back to bite the community or their holdings or, you know, whatever that looks like. We don't want to end up in that, you know, so we want to go from a very strong foundational position and say what we can and then make sure that when we do say something that people can trust it and we're going to make sure that everyone is taken care of. So
Okay. That is actually a nice closure. So we would like, of course, to invite everybody to stay in the community, of course, to follow what is happening. If you have a question, do write it down also in the community because I see all the time that Ricardo and Sandi and of course everyone working at the team are answering those questions. So just, put the question there and you will get the answer. And then again, we will be here once a month like this time to answer all the questions that are coming in. And we are looking forward that, of course, you will be with us live. This is it for now, guys. It was really nice talking, chatting to you. Looking forward to everything that will be happening in the future. And let's say we'll meet here again in a month time. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a
sounds
date.
good. Yeah. Thanks, Anita. Thanks,
Okay.
Sandy.
Everything good also to you, Ricardo, with moving and everything. I know this can be a little stressing. Sandy, I hope that internet will be great so that you will become.
I'll
And
be in Slovenia. I'll be in Slovenia.
I meant
Will be
today,
good.
already or tomorrow, not just in a
That,
month. So, yeah, yeah.
hey,
So that you will be good. And of course, stay healthy till then. And we'll see us back in a month time. Enjoy. Bye bye.
bye bye.